Good morning. I'm Jim McGinnis. This is an essay on the dignity of work and the myth of merit. The village pub grew silent unexpectedly as the rain outside began to fall. He raised his pint of Guinness and proposed a toast young Dylan would recall. No fear, no envy, no meanness. What went wrong? Why is there so much anger and bitterness in our civic life? Several times over the past couple of years, I've written about the ever present resentment in America and how it has come to frame our reality. From the left wing to the right wing, you can hear us sing resentment songs, voices of protest from the angry north to the bitter south and the wild and crazy west. It seems we like our truth only half undressed. What I mean by that is that very few of us, myself included, are willing or able to honestly try to explain why we have become so polarized and divided. What's the old saying? Everybody talks about the weather, but nobody does anything about it. Until now. A while back, Michael Sandel wrote The Tyranny of Merit, and he offers up some ideas about finding our way back to civility. This resentment, these feelings of being overlooked, ignored, marginalized, and disrespected. We all feel resentful at times. I heard someone say that it's a question of deservingness. Others don't work as hard as we do. They don't earn it. They wake up on third base, as the saying goes. That view, whether it's from the left or the right, from the bottom, the top, reveals that we have lost an understanding of the dignity of work. In my experience, the most deserving among us possess a humility, and they act as the most undeserving, expecting nothing, grateful for everything. Sandel begins by examining the definition of success in this country and the ideal of meritocracy. Stay with me here. He says, those who landed on top have come to believe that their success was their own doing, a measure of merit. But meritocracy leads to excessive pride among the winners. He goes on to say, it encourages the successful to inhale too deeply of their own success, to forget the luck and good fortune that helped them on their way. And it leads them to look down on those less fortunate. There is a feeling among many working people that they are looked down upon by elites. And this is perhaps at the root of their political resentment, creating a deepening divide, setting us apart. People at the top tell workers, this is Sandel, if you want to compete and win in the global economy, go to college. You can make it if you try. These elites miss the insult implicit in this advice. If you don't go to college, if you don't flourish in the new economy, your failure is your fault. And that's the implication. Sandel reminds us that nearly 2/3 of Americans don't have a 4-year degree. Surely it's good to go to college, but for the right reason, to gain knowledge, not just credentials. In Sandel's mind, it's not nearly as important as focusing on improving the lives of those who make essential contributions to our society, whether they have a degree or not. He said, we should renew the dignity of work and place it at the center of our politics. We should remember that work is not only about making a living, It's also about contributing to the common good and winning recognition for doing so. He goes on, these essential values do not come from just buying and consuming goods together. They come from dignified employment that enables us to say, I helped build this country. I'm a participant in its great public ventures. I've often repeated John Kennedy's words about the problems of inherited wealth and inherited poverty. He was able to see the responsibilities that came with his own advantages. Privilege is here, he told some college students, and with privilege goes responsibility. Just as his father summoned his sons, JFK called out those who are given a running start in life to give back to our country. As a descendant of steel workers, plumbers, and steam fitters, along with some teachers and bartenders, of course, I happen to believe in what Jacob Needleman called the nobility of work. It rests upon the idea that happiness, success, and independence are only attainable through a sense of purpose. Money is not the only measure of one's contribution to the common good. Now, our struggles over the past few years have revealed how we often overlook vital workers. Sandel insists that we figure out how to bring their pay and recognition into better alignment with the importance of their work. Delivery workers, maintenance workers, grocery store clerks, warehouse workers, truckers, nurse assistants, child care workers, home health care providers. These are not the best paid or most honored workers, but now we see them finally as essential. As I said, money is not the only measure of one's contribution to the common good, but herein lies a trap. I am valuable, therefore I make a lot of money, or is it I make a lot of money, so I'm valuable? Back to Sandel. There are questions we must ask. Do I morally deserve the talents that enable me to flourish? Is it my doing or is it my good luck? Insisting that my success is my due makes it hard for me to walk in other people's shoes. Appreciating the role of luck in life can prompt a certain humility. There, but for the accident of birth, or the grace of God, or the mystery of fate go I. This is the civic virtue we need now. It is the beginning of a way back from the harsh ethic of success that drives us apart. It points us beyond the tyranny of merit to a less rancorous, more generous public life. Thank you, Dr. Sandel. So, back to humility. Yes, humility. Whether while we work to renew the dignity of work, we need to shelve our self-importance. I am only a doctor, carpenter, soldier, preacher. I'm just an engineer, police officer, nurse, or teacher. I'm only a congressman, block mason, writer, realtor, stockbroker, lawyer, clerk, or firefighter. Only by gaining a little humility can we work toward the common good. Only then, said Jim Harrison, can we function better as human beings. So with everything up in the air, it's back to Liam, I suppose. His toast becomes a prayer. Less fear, less envy, less meanness, please. Fair winds. I hope you look up Dr. Sandel when you get a chance.